What's going on, you guys? Doing a follow-up video on my last fitness journey video that I just made not too long ago. I didn't want to make that one too long, so I decided to split it and do a separate video on the driving factor of what made me change my entire lifestyle around. And I know my older brother, he likes to tell people that his bet was what the driving factor was, but as much as I love you, bro, it wasn't, unfortunately, but you were there. You you and our closest friends were at that pivotal moment in my life that was like, I need to make a change. You guys didn't realize it at the time because, like myself and many others who were, who are that size or at a size that it's just unhealthy, we just don't like to admit it. And we like to joke about it. And, me being almost 300, actually, I can guarantee I was over 350 pounds. 342 was just a documented at the time, and during the pandemic, I can guarantee you I was over 350 pounds. I just didn't weigh myself. But people who were that size, as I was, we hide it behind our jokes and everything else. Like, yeah, we're happy. But when it comes to regular life things, like being able to tie your shoes, do normal life things, getting into cars normally, getting and fitting the normal spaces that normal sized people would fit in. We joke about it, but inside we know, like, man, this sucks, and that's the truth of it. Whether you want to admit it or not, it's true, and you can lie to yourself all you want, but not being able to tie your shoes and then joking about it, you can't be happy about that. Going upstairs and can't even being able to breathe after walking up 5 steps. There's no way you can be like, yeah, that's happy. You're not happy about it, and that was me. I would joke. I'd be like, oh, I'm just a fat guy. Don't worry about me. Keep going. It's fine. But no. So I wanted to tell people the driving force behind that, and what made me go from being 340 plus pounds to being where I am now. Going from here being 300, at least I was 340 in this one, at least, going down to below 200 pounds now, and then being about the best shape I've ever been in my life. And then what kept that determination going, and because a lot of people have motivation, like my brother's bet, that's motivation, but motivation comes and goes. To be honest with you, you have to make that lifestyle choice. You have to make the sacrifices, and you have to make the dedication to a diet, to your lifestyle, or you're never going to lose weight. If you're the size I was, 300 plus pounds, you're morbidly obese, you lose 20 pounds, that's all water weight. It's beyond that point. You have to keep going. Just because you see 20 pounds drop off, it's great. Keep going. Don't just be like, oh, I lost 20 pounds, let me reward myself and gain 30 more pounds. No. Like, I've seen people do that. They'll, oh, I lost 20 pounds. I'm going to go eat a 10-pound steak. No, you got to keep on it. Dedicate yourself. Stay on the path. And I can guarantee you're going to be happier than you were before. But basically what had happened during this point in my life was March 2021. Went to go visit my friends. We were all at a place called Boondocks. It's an outdoor amusement park. It's a small amusement park. It's, they got go-karts, mini golf. They have like arcades, batting cages, all kinds of stuff. And it was the first time me and my friends have gotten together in over a decade. It's been a long time, so I was excited to finally see my friends. And the thing is, since then, I had gained all that weight. I didn't do the stuff and activities with my friends. So up till that point, I was just me. Big old me for a whole decade. So when all my friends finally got together, we were doing these activities. I didn't realize I struggled through everything. So here we are. We're playing golf. These are my closest friends. We're playing golf. They didn't realize it at the time. I couldn't bend down to put the golf ball down. That's how big I was. So here I am being me, you know, like, I was so big, I couldn't bend down to just put the ball down just to play. Um, so my friends didn't realize that I was actually, they thought I was kicking the ball to cheat. I was actually trying to steady the ball so I can hit it. Um, so we took it all as a joke, so I turned it into a joke. I couldn't actually steady the ball, so I just hit the ball as hard as I could, and they just thought I was trying to cheat to get the ball in the hole, which I was. But that was step one. I couldn't play mini golf. I didn't realize it because I haven't played mini golf in 10 years. Even some of the arcade games, they require you to actually be physically active when you're playing those bigger arcade games like Whack-A-Mole. Couldn't keep up. And then, we got through mini golf, and it wasn't until we got to, we tried, we did the baseball, the batting cages, which you saw a picture of. I missed every single ball because I could not turn my body to swing and hit the ball. Just physically impossible for a guy my size. And I want to reiterate this. I was 340 plus pounds at 5'7". I am not a very tall person. So for someone to be over 340 pounds at 5'7", it's huge. Like, this isn't 340 pounds at 6'4". This is below 6 foot. I'm 5'7". I'm Asian. I'm short. To be that big is very unhealthy. So I couldn't even hit the ball. So when it actually came down to it, so this is where it came down to the one moment that finally changed it. I know it should have been like I had family responsibilities, my health was terrible, but it wasn't. So there was go-karts. I haven't done go-karts in, up to that point, at least 11 years. I haven't been in a go-kart. The employees had to go fish out a go-kart that would fit me. So let's see if I can find it here. I'm pretty sure I got it pulled up. There it is. That's me. It's a video. My friend took a video of it. But that is me. They actually had to go find a large cart that was actually specifically made for large people. I couldn't fit in there normally. I sucked it in the best I could to actually get myself to fit in that cart. And you could tell my gut's already touching the steering wheel. The more embarrassing part is they had to get belt extensions. Kind of like when you're on an airplane, they give you those belt extensions because you couldn't fit, which, again, I was used to because for the last 10 years, I've been asking for the belt extensions anytime I fly in a plane. So asking for a belt extension was not anything new to me. So they had to get me a belt extension just to fit in this go-kart. And I made myself fit. I couldn't fit. I should have said no, but I wanted to be there with my friends. It's the first time I've seen my friends in years. So sure enough, I squeezed in there. I sucked in my gut as tight as I could to get in there. And I fit. Did I go anywhere? No, I looked like crazy big old Asian Wario inside this go-kart. Going up hills, it barely moved. It chugged. But then going downhills, I was quick. I caught up to all my friends going downhill. And it was fun. It was great fun. I loved it. And then the pivotal moment on this was we were finally finishing up, and we were all just hanging out, and no one realized it. So this is just before the go-karts. So right here was the starting line, or a starting line, but this is the lineup. So this is all my friends and me. And we were all hanging out right there at the end, and to get out of the go-karts. Unfortunately, I came in like second to last anyway, so it didn't really even matter. So I'm pretty sure I have a picture of this. Give me one sec. I do have a picture. So here I am. This is the very end. They're telling us not to get out of the carts yet. waiting for everyone to clear out, but you could see more people have gathered around. So this was the end of the ride. They didn't want people getting out of the car till 4 people were done running around. They didn't want anyone getting hit. So as this was happening, everyone was getting out, and my friend Blakely, who was actually taking the picture, she had gotten out. Everyone was leaving. I was still there. I was the last person to get out, and it wasn't because I was too excited to get off the go-kart. I was stuck. I was the guy who was stuck in an amusement park ride. So that was it. I became the guy who was stuck in an amusement ride park. Like, you know, back then you hear about it. People joke about it. Oh, big guy gets stuck in a ride. I was that guy. But they didn't know that. I just sat there, calm, had my sunglasses on, just pretended I was chill, just waiting for everyone else to get out. But I wasn't. I was genuinely stuck in that go-kart. I sucked it in the most I could. I couldn't get out. Took off the belt, sucked it in. I couldn't get out. It wasn't until one of the employees and my friend, the moment they were walking towards me, I knew they were like, "Hey, do you need help?" And I knew right then and there, I was like, I do not want to ask for help. And I pushed myself. I gave it all my strength to get out of that go-kart. And I did. I popped myself out of that go-kart, and I was ecstatic. I was like, oh my gosh, I got myself out. And just as I got out, the belt extension wrapped around my leg, and I fell in front of everybody. And it wasn't just like I fell, caught myself. The thing is, I knew how big I was. In that split moment as I was falling, I knew I couldn't stick out my arms. They would break under my weight. So I tucked and fell. I just tucked in my arms, and I just flat out fell, made a huge thud, and I laughed. My friend laughed. She didn't realize it, but she was laughing. We were the only 2 people laughing, because that's who we are. Me and my friends were just, we laughed about everything. But the worst part was, I was expecting people taking a picture, laughing about it. But no, I looked up to the 50, 60 people in line, and they were genuinely afraid. Like, they thought I hurt myself. They were concerned about my health. They gasped. They all gasped. That's where I knew I was so big it wasn't even funny anymore. That's where I was like, what have I done to myself? Like, I'm so big that not even people were laughing about it when back then, it was funny. People fall all the time. All right, they'll giggle. Not even a single giggle. Other than my friend. Like, we're close friends. But they didn't realize I was hurt. We sat back down. I didn't realize I had actually cut my leg. I was bleeding from my leg. But, I joked off the whole event. No one knew that at that moment, something finally clicked in my head. And that was it. That's what changed my life, was realizing that I couldn't have a great time with any of my closest friends. And in that moment, I realized my son is 8 years old, and I haven't done a physical activity with him at school. I haven't gone to play soccer with my own son. So while that was all going, in the back of my head, all of it was coming through. I was like, oh, what have I been doing for the last decade? My son hasn't enjoyed me going out and having fun in the park, because what I did, we went to the park, he played, I watched. I couldn't keep up with him. So that was it. That was the moment. Like, all my friends that were there, you guys don't realize it. That was it. I hurt. Like, I physically fell. I laughed, but it finally broke inside me. Me not physically being able to enjoy myself with you guys and hanging out. And that was finally where mentally I was like, I need to change. I need to change my entire lifestyle. my lifestyle sucks. I couldn't hang out with anyone, can't even keep up with my own son, can't even play games with my son outside. This was it. I had to change. So, if you guys wanted to know the real story, that was it. A lot of my friends didn't realize I was the fat guy who got stuck in an amusement ride. And it's embarrassing because, you know, they didn't realize it, but I did. I knew deep down inside I was that guy, and I played it off just because that's just who I was. I played off the whole, oh, I'm a fat guy. Yeah, it's fun, but for beyond that point, I knew I needed to do something, and I chose drastic measures, and you know, the rest is history. I went on a huge crash diet, which yet again was not the healthiest. That's why I'm glad I found people like Greg Doucette, Remington James, and all of those other fitness YouTubers who put out great recipes for low-calorie, high-protein diets that are sustainable, that are enjoyable every day. Because I was eating oatmeal, chicken, brown rice, and salad every single day. And, you know, I have to thank them for that. But yeah, that is the story behind what changed my entire lifestyle, was that moment. So, my friends out there, you guys finally hearing it for the first time. And thanks for the bet, bro. I knew I was going to win it because the determination was there. I was determined to change my entire lifestyle, change who I was, change while I still have the time here, and while I'm still, you know, early 30s, I was going to change my entire life. And so, here I am, 147 pounds down, and maybe 20, 30 more pounds to go. Who knows?